food. I would love to have a microphone in my butt so I could record all my farts.
Change my mind.
I just record.
Sometimes I record
For my farts and
ASMR. I fart for 8 hours to help you sleep.
ASMR. I drink too much milk, and I also am lactose intolerant.
Vomiting 8 hours and 16 minutes. Very sensual.
Longest fart world record.
Wait, what is the longest fart world
I
record?
don't know.
I'm actually kind of curious now.
10.
Squared.
Oh, Timothy.
Yeah,
Hey.
I know math.
So you
Timothy,
were
more like
playing
sex.
Fortnite.
I was.
And I was trying to call you.
Bernard Clemens, who farted for 2 minutes and 42 seconds straight.
Hey, that's like almost as long as Timothy was gone.
Crazy.
That's almost as many minutes as Timothy has talked.
That's minutes.
Yeah.
Timothy, you're much quieter now.
Yeah.
I know, it's because I set my
Timothy
phone
is,
down.
like, wide.
Got 2.
Sometime I'm gonna make 2:43.
2:43.
2 minutes 43 seconds.
Fart.
Yeah.
43 podcasts.
Be right back. About to swallow a pound of Taco Bell.
Dude, it's weird that Taco Bell
Guys.
never does anything to me.
Guys,
Yeah,
I'm
same.
I don't
convinced
do
Taco
anything to
Bell
me
is just
either.
gas.
No, dude, Taco Bell doesn't, like, affect me at all.
Same.
Yeah,
Well,
me neither.
maybe that's because you have
Now, while I
predisposed
chocolate milk.
immunity to Taco
Yeah.
Bell.
My mother was a Taco Bell addict when she was pregnant with me. When she gave birth to me, I had an abnormally high tolerance to beans.
My penis is a churro.
Yeah, ribs.
It's just one of their Dorito shell tacos attached to your body.
Can somebody
Whips it out.
please explain to me why I have 7 missed calls from Hose Mad, Hose Mad, Hose
Oh yeah,
Mad,
that's
Hose Mad?
me.
How many times did I put your name in as Hose Mad?
I don't know. Probably 24 times. I was trying to call you. I was gonna ask. I had it like scripted in my head. I was gonna say, Timothy, I have one question. What is a fortnight?
That would be funny, I think.
Yeah, I know. That's what you should have answered instead of.
Yeah.
I couldn't answer. I was Fortniting, I think.
Yeah,
Are you playing
maybe.
that
Fortnite is
game?
14 nights or
Yeah.
2 weeks. The word isn't used as much in American English, but you'll come across it if you travel in England or read a lot of old British novels. It comes from Old English and is literally a
Shut
shortened
up.
form of 14
Shut up.
nights.
Shut
I'm
up.
not gonna shut up, dude.
Shut
This
up.
is important.
Shut up. No.
Shut the
I don't
fuck
care.
up! I'm talking
I don't
about
care.
word
Is this-
definitions.
I
Shut up.
know. I
This
know
is
I thought you were
etymology.
talking
I
about
know what a
Fortnite's
fortnight is. I
day-night
know what a
cycles.
fortnight is.
Dumb idiot.
Yeah, Fortnite's where you shoot people.
Everybody.
No, you're wrong.
Oh, alright.
At Thanksgiving, make sure to say thank you for Fortnite.
Guys,
That's terrifying.
On
Guys.
November 28th, let's all say we're thankful for Fortnite. The look on our parents' faces will be epic.
The look of complete mortification on our parents' faces.
That's in like 2
Dude,
that's
what
in
if my
like 2
parents
weeks,
play more
right?
Fortnite than I do?
Just found out my mom
You
was
start
more Fortnite
slowly
than I
fading
do.
out of existence.
Yeah, you die. I kill you.
Whoop.
You guys ever want to just boil a banana?
You ever want to do
Oh, it's
cocaine?
funny. Hey,
Timothy, why are you
you're so
obsessed with
random.
bananas? Do you have a banana fetish? Just like
No.
last week you talked about how bananas are so fun to just devour.
I didn't even.
He also
I literally
slammed his
no
head on the
recollection
microwave
of
door
speaking
last
those words
week.
out of my mouth hole.
You're like, bananas are so
I
fun
think
to eat,
Timothy
dude. They're the
suffered
best
major
fruit. That's
brain
what you
damage
said.
from the microwave door.
I mean, I agree with past me. He isn't wrong.
Timothy, we need to have an intervention about you and bananas.
Shut up.
No.
Yeah, what's Thomas
I
been
don't-
feeding you?
I like bananas. They taste good in my mouth.
And you also love to
That's because he
just
plays
suck
Fortnite.
them.
Me one day on Fortnite.
problem? I don't see a problem.
Timothy,
I'm gonna eat a
Hey
you know,
banana.
Timothy,
I
you
was
know we were
browsing.
trying to get out all
I
the.
was browsing
We were
the
trying to vibe out, like,
Timothy.
because you know how whenever like someone's late, we have a weird 20 minutes where it's all awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's why
I'm
we
always
get in
late.
voice early, Timothy.
Okay, here's the thing,
Oh no.
Timothy.
I was early for that episode that didn't happen.
Oh, you were? Wait, really? For real?
Yeah, I was like 2
Okay,
hours.
Wait, hold on.
guys.
Stop. Really?
A straight vibe.
Wait, hold on. For real?
Yeah.
Shut
Guys,
up! I don't care.
Okay, Timothy. I need to tell you something very important. That will kick. It'll get you permanent. It'll help you kick your banana habits. I
Shut up.
was browsing unpopular opinion earlier today, right? While I was waiting for you to get in voice, and I happened to find a post that intrigued my interest. So I clicked on said post and started to read the title. The title read, "I put bananas on my burger." And it was about a guy putting banana slices in between the cheese and the onions on his hamburger.
So I reported it for.
I
violence.
reported it for inciting violence against me.
Also, inciting violence against minorities.
How old is your sister?
Me?
8.
No, I'm talking to Timothy.
Catherine,
It's
I
not
think, is
helpful.
like 6 or 7. And Rachel is
Oh
pee in the
yeah, I
pool
remember.
years
We were doing
old.
improvs and then. Timothy
Rachel is peed in the creek years old. We should tell that story.
I just came up with
She's
a really
yelling at me
funny
about
meme.
peeing in the creek.
It's a Manny in the pool, and then it's just bottom text peeing in the pool.
No, but you don't understand. Rachel is like, okay, if Rachel...
I've met Rachel. Shut up.
No, you have not.
Oh yeah, I've met Katherine. Shut up.
How have you met
Wait, you
Katherine?
Yeah, we were doing improv skits into Instagram voice call.
Oh yeah, Ash and I were video calling, and I gave Catherine. Catherine came up to me to ask me to tell me an interesting fact about a sea creature, and I gave the phone to her so that she could talk to Ash.
And then oh, there was a joke there, but I missed it.
Okay, but here's the thing. You don't know Rachel, who is like... Rachel is a Pacifica the Destroyer was human. Rachel is a harbinger of the end times.
And it's funny because that's from Minecraft.
One time...
The
Okay,
Ed,
guys,
Ed,
you don't
Eddie
even know.
Flesh thing.
You don't even know. One time, me and Timothy and James were all chilling in the creek next to his house, and we were playing, and it was, like, happy. And then...
It was flooded.
It was, yeah, the creek was flooded, and we were playing and happy.
I think it was because of Hurricane Sandy.
And then Rachel got in, and she peed in the creek, and we had to get out, and it traumatized me for life.
Peeing in the creek.
Wolfie can't get over the fact that Rachel peed in the creek.
It's so dumb. Why would you just get in the creek and pee? She was in there for like a solid 3 seconds, too. She...
Be right back, I was about to go peeing in the creek.
I never forgave you.
I introduced you guys to the FBI, and you said I was forgiven.
Peeing in the creek.
This is fake. This is fake.
Rachel and James sound like the same person.
Accusations against you.
What?
Wolfie, do you have anything you would like to say to my sister? Rachel pees in the creek canopy.
It's not okay to pee in other people's creeks. Go to your own.
Thank you.
Get your own creek.
Is it true that if you snort somebody's ashes, you gain their strength?
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Same thing with poop.
Oh,
Lesson
my
fact.
brain keeps missing all the jokes.
Yeah, dude, I haven't been funny for a solid 2 weeks. It's sad.
Timothy, that's
The
because all
funniest soup
Timothy's
I am
born
for.
after 1995 can't cook. All they know is cram for math, not be in voice, be late for podcast, and be
Play
not
the
funny.
Fortnite.
Talk to school friend. He has time to talk to school friend.
What does that even
fuck.
mean?
School
What?
friend.
School friend.
Friend that is not
It's
home.
a friend from public school.
Not
Yeah,
real friends.
The thing is, like,
Who isn't?
we grew up
Who isn't
Not really.
homeschooled,
Derek
so
or you guys?
yeah, we grew up homeschooled, so like we all like had our own friend group, and school kids were weird, the weird ones to us, because school kids are fucking weird. Like,
Not really.
no,
Some of them are.
school kids are
Well-
like, they're like the bored. You know, you guys read A Wrinkle in Time?
No.
Uh,
I tried to read it twice, and I almost got Alzheimer's from how boring it
Forgot
was.
that if I
yeah,
the
it's
phone
pretty
up,
boring. I've read
the
it
voice
twice though
goes up.
because my mom makes me. But
What?
The two
basically, there's a planet with this like evil creature that controls the planet via rhythm. Like everything happens in the same time. Everything happens like at the same time.
Oh, the basketball.
Oh, you're talking about the Wrinkle in Time?
Yeah, we're talking
A
about like the
Wrinkle in
basketball scene.
Time.
School kids are just that. That's what they were to like young homeschooled us.
True.
I
Dude.
mean, I could see that, but I.
So
Well, Ash,
I have a
you're
story.
different because you're
I
an
have a
out.
story.
You're not like as a stereotypical school kid. You're like the nerd of the school.
Yeah,
Not
nerd.
you. He's not.
I'm the
He does
only
not
one
give
who
off that
lied.
Harrison,
Okay.
you didn't know young Ash. Literally, me and Ash, whenever we got together at family reunions, me and Ash would just play. We would play pretend card. We would role play card games that we made up.
But I swear, a year and a half of my life was devoted to inventing random cards.
I know, dude. I'm the same way.
Who didn't?
I'm
You
pretty
weren't a
sure
kid
I
if you
still
didn't
have
invent
card
10 random
games
card
on my
games.
mom's Google Doc.
I had a dream
That's like
where I cracked every vertebrae in my spine.
nice.
I actually cracked every vertebrae in my spine and got paralyzed. Shut up, stupid doctors.
Dumbass doctors telling me I can't move my legs.
That's the intro.
No, it's not. That's not
No,
funny.
that's
Stupid
the
doctors tell me I
funniest
can't
thing
get an
you've said in
erection.
20 minutes.
Yeah, I know,
Alright.
but that's
So
funny.
back to card games. Everyone, give me a rundown of the card games you designed as a child.
Well, we'll
Pokemon
see.
Go, rip
You and I
off.
designed
Wait,
a lot
no,
of them
fuck.
together.
No, I
Oh
designed
my
a bunch by
God, the
myself.
coolest.
They were mostly like really, really complicated versions of Pokemon.
Yeah, because I played
Yeah,
Magic the
same.
Gathering and I was like, this is cool. And I played Pokemon and I was like, but I like this. And I'm like, why not combine them?
We'd invent the rules and then make two cards and then like give up because it was too much effort and then make new rules for a new game.
Yeah, I remember I
And
had
the
this
cycle
whole
repeated infinitely.
system for like attack, defense, dexterity, and health because I'd also
Well,
started
you were
playing
also a
D&D at
nerd,
the time.
Mm-hmm.
So like I remember making this whole intricate system with like essentially like a board game it's like it was like a combination of like it's like almost Hearthstone-esque, but like no, it's not Hearthstone-esque. So there's like a grid on the actual playing field, right? And certain like you would I made a war game by accident.
You're just simulating.
The thing is, like, as a kid, I was probably more interested in war games than I was in D&D, but I didn't have the money for war games, so I just played D&D instead.
What's a war game?
So like Warhammer 40k and a bunch of other games, they're like, so basically, if you've ever been to a game store, you've probably seen war games going on. They're like the
Yeah.
big tables with all the terrain, right? And
Nerd
so
stuff.
people have these like extremely expensive, expertly painted minis. I'm convinced wargaming is just what people who really like action figures do when they grow up, because there's like these beautifully painted, like super detailed minis.
They're
these,
like
like,
insanely expensive.
Yeah, they're like $100 for like one unit. So I didn't have the money to do that as a kid, but I really loved the tactical aspect of like fights and stuff. So I would just play D&D, and that's why I got so into it. Is because 4th edition was going on at the time, and 4th edition was essentially a war game. Like 4th edition,
It was like playing 5D chess.
it was like playing 5D chess, except the best person at the table was a 9-year-old, and that was me.
True. Well, actually, due to the space-time ratios, 9 is the optimal age for 5-dimensional chess. Anyways. So, does the 4th dimension like even exist? Like, is that even real?
I mean,
if string theory is true, then yeah.
It's kind of like I remember in summer, I kind of went on a binge of like.
It's like very likely.
Yeah,
But like,
it's also kind of creepy because suppose I mean honestly, we can't see into two-dimensional worlds, so the likelihood of if there were fourth
What if
dimensional
we're living
beings being
in
able to.
just what if we're, you know how there's like you know how like there's like a stacked universe theory where there's like a bunch of universes that are like stacked right next to each other in like an infinitely expanding line.
like a pancake
Yeah, like
stack.
that. And that's where dark matter and gravity comes from, is like leaking through the like syrup soaking through the pancakes.
My God.
So what if we just exist in a pancake stack of two-dimensional worlds?
No, that's definitely that's the way I view it.
Like we're just infinite two-dimensional worlds stretched off, and each of those infinity two-dimensional worlds is one of the pancakes in the three-dimensional stack. And then it's like an ever-expanding fractal of pancakes forming pancakes.
Okay, but why not
Shut
just
the
have a
fuck up,
three-dimensional pancake instead of a
nerd.
lot of two-dimensional pancakes?
No, that's where the
Well,
two-dimensional...
And the thing is,
That's what the
no.
three-dimensional pancake is made of, and the two-dimensional pancakes are made out of one-dimensional pancakes called strings.
No, but a
And that's string
two-dimensional
theory.
pancake can't form a three-dimensional pancake because it has.
No, but that's what I'm
It
saying.
doesn't have very small amounts of depth. It has no depth.
Timothy,
Yeah, that's
okay,
why
so
it's
stacking two of
Timothy.
them,
That's why it's
just-
infinite two-dimensional pancakes.
Timothy.
I know, but infinity times 0 is still
Infinity
0.
isn't a number, so you
No.
can't use it to multiply things.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, Timothy.
What?
You know how in between 0 and 1,
I'm just gonna call this episode "We Watched Rick and Morty."
Yes.
We watched Rick and Morty once.
This is too much for my tiny brain to comprehend.
No, okay,
My
okay.
IQ is less than 130.
So, Timothy, the way I see it is that you know how between 0 and 1 there are infinite decimals?
Yeah, I too have seen that Vsauce video.
Okay. I don't know I did Vsauce. Anyway, so it's kind of like two-dimensional planes exist all around us in an infinite number. And every time we move along one axis, we move through infinite more tiny little planes.
No,
Whoa,
but
fuck, that does make
no,
sense.
but that just doesn't make any sense. Like,
Timothy, I think you have an
Duality of
IQ
man.
below mine.
but you can't add. You literally. It doesn't have depth. You can't stack an infinite amount of nothing, and like that's saying.
Timothy, that's
all
exactly how
matter
my
is
league
just an
teammates
infinite
play the
amount of
game.
vacuum.
And
Like yeah, that's like
I have-
that's basically saying all matter is an infinite amount of vacuum. It isn't. It's not an infinite amount of vacuum packed into a tightly compressed.
Well, what if two-dimensional is really just the Planck length?
The Planck length?
Yeah.
Planck
Planck.
length, Timothy. You're so
Well,
But
dumb.
that would make
what if it
more
isn't
sense.
though? But
Timothy,
it literally isn't.
Well, that's
No,
it's not in our current concept, but that's like it seems like a good starting point for imagining a two-dimensional thing because it is literally the smallest thing you can get.
Well, Wolfie, that would
No.
make your point valid.
0
and if
is
it
still
wasn't-
smaller than the Planck length.
Okay, but Timothy, you don't
Yeah.
understand. Like we're talking about two-dimensional pancakes. Like there's nothing that says our third-dimensional world doesn't have an extremely tiny amount of the fourth dimension.
Have you seen?
Well,
you
it has an
probably-
extremely. Well, like
So what about two-dimensional worlds having an extremely tiny amount of the third dimension?
okay, define a two-dimensional world for me.
So there's this
drawing.
thing called Flatland. I think it's a book.
Yeah,
But
flat
it's-
world. Or no, it's Discworld, I think.
By
I thought that was something
What's his
else.
face? Terry Pratchett.
Maybe. But so basically, there's this thing like if a three-dimensional being were to cross
is
into a
Discworld.
two-dimensional world, it would kind of look like a fade in, fade out thing. So it's kind of like
Bro, we should
Cynthia?
just go to IHOP and get them to tell us. They're the experts, right?
You've seen season 3 of The Good Place, right?
no.
What IHOP is related to that? I forget.
The Interdimensional House of
Oh
Pancakes.
yeah, they would know.
No, but like the definition of a two-dimensional object. It has length, it has width, and it has
It does not
absolutely
have
zero, not any, not even a little bit, not a tiny bit, absolutely zero depth. None whatsoever.
He's actually
Yeah.
right.
Okay,
But
that's the definition. I'm talking about. Okay, if that's the definition, I'm talking about a different definition, which is
I mean, if you
plonk.
stack a bunch of pieces of paper on top of each other, then of course they're gonna have depth.
Yeah,
But
that's what I
if
mean. It's
it
like
has
imagine like
no,
imagine like a bunch of like extremely tiny pieces of paper scrunched together into one big cube. That's what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
that's a three-dimensional object comprised
so
of other much
okay,
smaller three.
Timothy.
You're literally describing
Hey
atoms and
Timothy, you
molecules
know
to
when you're
me.
measuring area, it's width times height, I think.
With
And
times length, yeah.
each one of those units is like kind of like it's broken into pieces.
Uh-huh.
That's what the three-dimensional world is like, but with infinitely small units. You get it?
Also, Timothy, there's nothing saying that there can't be three-dimensional space in between the two-dimensional pancakes if that's your problem with it, because we can have that. We can add
And
like.
there's also nothing saying that. Well,
Well,
since
actually, there's probably a bunch
infinity,
of stuff saying other stuff, but we're just kind of like pooping.
we're not.
We're
We're
pooping.
screaming into the void.
Yeah, we
And the
watched.
void's like, nah, fam, we only got pancakes.
Dude, it's like I just got a vibe image. It's like a dude. It's like a dude sitting on a dock, but there's no end to the dock, and there's no pool. He's just kind of fishing.
He's just casting his like hook, line, and sinker and whatever
That's a good
into
internet
like
It's
wasteland.
like that
space.
one. It's like the beachfront from Welcome to Night Vale, that's made out of cardboard and there's no water.
Yeah, except I
Me.
The
haven't seen that,
boardwalk.
but like that sounds chill.
Dude, Welcome to Night Vale
Boardwalk.
is just like internet funeral in
You mean
podcast.
Like
internet
cardboard
wasteland?
That's what I said.
Sorry
I
guys,
should
Robin
like
is
internet wasteland.
You know, in H.P. Lovecraft, like Cthulhu and stuff are supposed to be four-dimensional beings, and that's why
Who?
they're so powerful.
No, I think they're just old. I think that was the.
No, that's why they're so incomprehensible because
I
they're
actually think no.
four-dimensional beings.
Timothy's right.
Well, then what about? There's also like the dreamer though, who's like dreaming, and no one dreams in 2D. So the dreamer must be
like
third
dreaming.
dimensional, and he's the highest power in all of the mythos.
There was this. I remember like it being in math class last year, and we had a sub, and we watched this like 2011 Flash animation.
Rick and
Maybe not
Morty.
Flash animation is the right. I don't know. It was
It's
so
called Rick and Morty.
trippy. It was like you had like a bird's eye view on a two-dimensional plane, and it was like a civilization, but then a third-dimensional sphere came in and took one of them away into the third-dimensional world.
And that guy just died.
No, but like if you were to take a two-dimensional being into the three-dimensional world, they would only see two-dimensional slices of the 3D world making up a big picture.
Well,
Yeah.
that's assuming that they're actually like physically incapable of comprehending it. It might just be that everything else is two-dimensional, and that's the reason like they see it. Like if
Like they see a flat world.
yeah, if like say if
It's super
one of
flat.
us got ripped into the fourth dimension, we would probably see something different.
Well, maybe it would just be like not having any depth perception. Like, you know, if you close one eye, everything seems like flat.
Yeah.
Maybe it would be like that.
Well, that's no. If we're talking about two-dimensional worlds, that's like the thing is like
Wait,
from the perspective of someone on a 2D world.
when you close one eye, everything seems flat to you?
Well,
Well,
no,
because you don't
so-
have depth.
Yeah, the thing is,
Here's
bird's
the
eye
thing.
views, Timothy, are inherently three-dimensional.
Dude,
Yeah.
I see depth perception. I have depth perception when I close my
Whoa.
Oh,
Tim.
okay, so here's the thing. It's not that it seems flat, because your brain knows how to interpret shadows, and it knows what's going
It's
on.
just that you don't
But,
have
like,
a second point of
people
reference.
do kind of lose their depth perception.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like depth perception is reliant on your brain making up a new image out of the two images it gets from your eyes. So if you only have one image coming in from your eyes, then it is impossible. So you can still have a little bit of depth perception from like intuiting things like shadows
Like
and size, but you don't have any actual depth perception.
It's like
It'd
a
be
false
so weird to
sense
have
of.
like zero depth perception, right?
It's a facade.
That's called being
Like
a
if you
camera,
do
Timothy.
shadows.
But what about?
Like, you know when
Maybe
you
you're
look at a picture and you can still tell if something's far away?
That's
Mhm.
because your
That's what
brain
closing
intuits
one
it.
eye is.
Yeah, that's because you know how to do shadows and stuff. Like if
Yeah.
you didn't even know how to do
Dude,
shadows,
I actually studied
what would
this for
happen?
my movies class finals paper. Like, the way your brain sees curves and shadows is really weird.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Hey, you know
there's
what's really
this
creepy to me?
there's this thing, right, where, like, the reason we can see animation as realish
Fuck, my
is
phone's at
because
1%.
the reason we can see like stuff like that as real is because like our brains evolved to see contours, and outlines are essentially just exaggerated contours. So like the whole reason we can see art is because of our evolution to see the natural world, and like that goes with the
Dude.
theory that like art reflects the natural world. So it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, we might be unique in the fact that we can see two-dimensional things. Because, like, I know, like, dogs and stuff,
But
like, they can't
well,
understand
the thing is,
television
Timothy,
or...
chimps can like do two-dimensional puzzles for treats and stuff.
Well, also, they're. Well,
Chimps are
okay, there's
basically
two
humans.
things
Well,
I'd like to point out about
they're
that.
apes, which have a specific evolutionary thing. But I'm sure dogs can
They're
also.
honorary humans.
Dogs can probably
Yeah.
also understand stuff like that, at least to some degree.
If they can put a puzzle, it depends on what kind of puzzle it is, Wolfie. What kind of puzzle are you talking
Like,
about? Like a jigsaw
there's like
puzzle?
these gorillas that learn to do memory puzzles, where they like tap on numbers and stuff.
Oh, you talking about the video?
It wasn't from a Vsauce video. This is like a thing
No,
in general.
Oh, so that's
Okay.
demon.
In a world where I am dumb, I decided to
Yeah.
go to bed at 11 for Christmas last year. And guess what happened? I
What?
woke up at 5 a.m. with stomach acid in my throat, and I couldn't go back to sleep. And I was like, bro, this sucks. So then, I think I had to get up at, like, really early for a work meeting, for my job at church, like 2 days ago. And I decided to go to bed, like, okay, I'll go to bed at, like, around 11:30. Guess what? I wake up at 5 a.m. with stomach acid in my throat. And this is happening. This has been happening for years. And I'm pretty sure like, if my body has become so adjusted to staying up late that if I try to go to bed before 11, if I try to go to bed before, like, 11 o'clock at night, or before 12, then I will just die, and my stomach will just turn inside out. It's so
Well, what
strange.
time do you usually go to bed?
I usually go to bed at 2 to 3.
Why?
Because that's the best.
How much sleep do you get?
I wake up at like 11. I wake up anywhere from like 11 to 12:40. And then if it's a day where I have to get up early, I usually only have to get up early like 1 or 2 days in a week. So I'll just like lose sleep on those days and be fine.
Once again, I'm in between you guys. I go to sleep around 1 a.m. 12 or 1 every night.
Yeah, I think me and Harrison have a similar sleep schedule.
The weird thing is, when I started like staying up later, because I got a room not in my parents' bed, and I could like actually stay up later. I started out going to bed at like 10:30 because I was tired, and I've just gone down a slope for like the next like 3 years. I've gone from 10:30 to like 12 to like, or 10:30 to like 11:30 to 12 to like 12:30 to 1 to 1:30 to 2, and then to like 3. Or 2:30 to 3.
I've stayed up late like my whole life. Like I'd always rather do stuff other than
Then
sleep.
why are you going to bed at 12?
Okay.
Because I have normally I wouldn't, but I have a gymnastics competition.
Dude, it's so... Dude, why did we have to let all the early birds schedule stuff while we were asleep?
Well, it's not that. Like, I just want to be well rested. It's at 3 p.m.
No, I get it. 3 p.m.?
Yeah, it's the latest I've had one in years.
What? You can sleep till like 2 and then get up and
See,
die.
I can't sleep till 2.
I'll make you.
I'm gonna be tired.
I have copious amounts of NyQuil. Just ready.
I thought you were gonna say morphine.
Quaaludes.
I will set up a night. I'll set up a NyQuil IV into your bloodstream.
Please do,
Dude,
please.
okay.
I need it.
Guys, you think your sleep schedules are fucked up? You should see me in the summer, dude. I'm fucking
Oh
nocturnal.
my goodness, dude. Dude.
Harrison
That's
in
one
the
of the
summer.
benefits of being homeschooled is like every day is basically summer.
No.
No.
You don't understand.
You guys just don't
I'm
understand.
nocturnal in the
Dude,
summer.
the
you
earliest
idiot.
I've gotten up for a class is, I think, like, the earliest I've ever gotten up for a class, I think, is 6 when I had, like, 4 pages of reading due and I was a really slow reader.
I'm like never wake up.
I don't. Wolfie, you've been homeschooled your whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't understand the euphoria that summer break.
Well,
comes
I've
with.
kind of started to understand it now that I'm actually taking college classes. Like, I get it's nice to not have to worry about stuff.
Except
Yeah,
the
but
thing
you take
is,
2 college classes.
I take 2 college
Not-
classes that I spend too much time
except
procrastinating
here's
for.
the thing.
That's the
Wolfie,
reason I'm not
imagine in a
taking...
world
But you're not
where
like
you have-
you're not at school.
Yeah, Timothy, that's the reason I'm not taking 4 classes.
You're not physically present.
Yeah, that's the
So
dumb.
like it's different.
Yeah, that's why school is
Imagine you be physically drained for the whole year. Then when summer comes around, you get to just absolutely flip your sleep schedule, so you're going to sleep at
I'm
8
probably going to do that
8
this
a.m.
summer anyway, because you guys are going to do that and I'll hang out with
You're
you
going
boys.
to sleep at 8 a.m. and waking up at 5 p.m. Oh man, it's euphoria.
I'm gonna have 2 jobs
Dude,
this
the thing
summer,
is,
so I can't do
like,
that anymore.
I
Or
have
felt
this thing
that.
where, like, if I ever take naps, I feel like I've just, like, skipped a day and it gives me existential terror.
I used to have that, but then I realized I need naps. So then I just took
Yeah,
naps.
a gamer really do need naps.
No, dude.
I used
Naps give me
called
existential
adaptation,
dread, so
Wolfie. I
that's the
think you're
problem.
behind
Like,
the
I can't
navigation
take naps
scale.
without becoming terrified.
Yeah, I used to be I used to have that exact same mentality. Like I was like, oh, I'm losing so much of the day, but then I realized, what am I gonna spend that
Timothy,
part of the day doing?
it's not about losing time in the day.
It's
It's about losing time in the life.
Yeah, it's about a deep existential fear of missing out on life because you're too busy being asleep like a baby. I get the whole euphoria of not having to do anything, and I guess I kind of get not having to wake up early because I have to wake up at 10 every day to go to college classes.
Not 10.
But the thing is,
no,
I was
10
regularly
o'clock.
staying up till like 3:30 to 4, so it's essentially like the same thing.
Wolfie.
Yeah,
If you
but
think
Did I
yours
ever
is
tell
a
you
much
the
more
story?
easily fixable problem.
Yeah, but I don't want to
Do you
fix it
ever-
because funny video I could watch at night.
Okay, I don't know if this is just me, but is it ever like, do you guys ever just like at the end of the school year, like the last month, every day stay up till 4, wake up at 6:30?
Yeah.
No.
Gosh, that means you're sleeping for
Well,
more
I'm not
than
talking about
12
to you,
hours.
Timothy. Going to sleep at 11.
No, he means 4 a.m. to 6:30 a.m.
What the fuck? That's also
Yeah,
not healthy.
It's called swag. You should
I
try
know
it.
it's not healthy, but like, I don't even give a darn.
That's
It's
how
the-
you
it's
get
the
back
end of the
into the
school
sleep
year.
schedule.
What are they
That's
gonna
how
do?
you get a
Expel you?
vibe, Wolfie. You stay up till 4 a.m. watching like Studio Ghibli and lo-fi.
Ash, you
And
don't
then
need
wake
to.
up
Ash,
2
it's
hours
impossible
later.
to watch Studio Ghibli because they take down all their stuff unless you have the DVD, and your phone doesn't have a DVD. So,
Your phone doesn't have DVD.
got 'em.
Gone.
Honestly, as much as I would rather it not be streaming services that I pay for, I think I'm gonna have to get, what is it, HBO Max or something.
I think.
They're
I think.
having,
For
they're
No,
what?
I'm pretty sure Ghibli stuff is on Disney Plus.
No, it's not on Disney Plus.
That's weird because
What? Why
Disney
would it be on
distributes.
Disney Plus?
Yeah, Disney distributes the DVDs for Studio Ghibli. That's weird.
Here, I
There's
looked
this
it up.
free
They
little
said
website called
they're
thepiratebay.com.
Timothy, none of us are
They-
criminals.
Here, I looked up.
Timothy,
I know
Timothy,
for a fact at least one of you is a
you
criminal.
wouldn't download Height, would you?
I may or may not have done criminal activities with all of you in the past.
Timothy, you wouldn't download Height, would you?
I literally would do it. If there was a height browser
Timothy,
extension
you
that
sound
would
like
make
the
me
person who's like,
Height extension,
you sound
Height
like the person who
extension.
would download RAM, Timothy.
I would download so much dedication wham. You
Detonated height.
detonated pack,
What were we
detonated
talking about? Oh
suicide
yeah,
vest.
streaming services. I, as much as I'm like against the whole everything is a monthly pay for thing, but like,
Cable too.
Electric
like,
Beagle-y.
stop, shut up. It's what
As
is it?
as a
Oh
wise
right,
man.
HBO Max. They're gonna have the Studio Ghibli movies, and they're gonna have the new Adventure Time.
Dude,
There's like,
eventually
Wait,
one
new
company...
Adventure Time? There's new Adventure Time?
Eventually Disney is going to
not
end
like-
up buying all of this anyway, and we're just going to have one streaming service again.
Wait, there'll be South Park too, Wolfie.
South Park is on Hulu.
wait. Let's talk about the new Adventure Time that's coming out, because apparently
I don't have that much info about it. I just know it's cool.
We don't have much info about it, but it's like it's called like Adventure Time Outer Worlds.
Oh yeah, it's like a parody, but like with like space. It's like a space parody.
It's, well, not really. They're like hour-long episodes, and there's really like.
It's not canon though, as far as I know.
Oh yeah, I think I heard
Well,
something about that.
I'm pretty
As
sure.
a wise wise man once said, "My dick won't get smaller, but you can make it bigger." That's what. Yeah.
Michael from the
Oh,
Sauce, you
okay.
mean?
So, what are some good quotes by us? Like we were talking
should
about
I
this
start?
earlier.
Yeah, Harrison, why don't you start, Harrison?
What? All right, 3, 2, 1. You go. On one. You guys will all name your favorite quote by
No,
me.
that's just talk
Come on,
over
you
problem.
guys all know.
Okay.
One quote comes to mind.
No,
one quote.
I have a better
always
quote by
comes to
you,
mind.
Harrison, and it's this is about more than dick pics. This is about speed running.
You have to
Yeah.
give context. to
Alright,
that.
context. Wolfie.
No,
care
you
to
don't.
explain
No
context?
context.
It makes it funnier without context.
I'm gonna give context.
Well, alright, fine.
No
Well, the
context.
other
I'm
one's
gonna
gotta
edit
be-
out any context.
The other one would be illegal without context, Wolfie.
Wolfie,
Yeah, that's why
stop
there's no
acting like the
context.
Chinese government.
You mean the
Also,
12-year-old
Timothy,
one?
Harrison,
Yeah.
it's not illegal. The age difference is 4 years.
No,
Oh, yeah.
it's very illegal.
That's
I mean,
right.
technically, it's still.
You
illegal.
guys are grossly misinterpreting the law, and it's gonna put you in a lot of legal hot water.
Age of
Wolfie,
You guys want to
it is-
hear my favorite?
PA.
You guys want to hear my favorite hot tub related joke?
Yeah.
Shut
Okay,
the fuck up.
Okay.
I mixed up the words jacuzzi and what is it? Yakuza.
Yakuza is the Japanese mafia.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mixed up the words jacuzzi and yakuza, and now I'm in hot water with the Japanese mafia. Yeah, it's funny.
Did you know that
Laugh at it.
Did you know that someone made a jacuzzi specifically for your ball sack?
You cut out.
Someone made a ball sack
I heard
jacuzzi.
jacuzzi cut out ball sack.
Someone made
Yeah,
a
it's actually like a
jacuzzi
vibe,
specifically
like
for
this
ball
one.
sacks.
Yo.
Very
it's
tiny
pretty
little baby jacuzzi.
Yeah, dude, it's so cute. I just want to stick my nuts in it.
Can we make that the intro bit?
Yeah.
I just want to stick
Where
my,
was the joke I said
I
earlier?
want to
Where was the
stuff
joke?
my tiny little balls into this little, like, petite jacuzzi.
So yeah. Timothy's going through some drama right now. Care to explain that?
Nope,
Alright.
I'm not gonna.
Oh, he's
Okay,
vibrating.
wait, we need more
Okay.
quotes. We need more quotes by other people.
Okay, what does
So
a horny
apparently
frog say?
Last
Rub
week
it.
in the episode, I said, 2011. I wasn't born that year. And in my
yeah.
mind, that made sense. But looking back on it,
It was
I
amazing.
think I was brain dead at the
I
time.
rewatched.
What did it?
2011. I hardly
It was
knew
like
her.
the movie-related puns, and I said
Yeah,
2011.
but I thought that was
wasn't
just you
year.
being purposely unfunny.
Oh, I
That's
mean, it was
usually what I
in my,
interpret
it was
Ash's
in my
jokes as.
interest. I was like, "This is not funny," but I'm gonna say it. But it made sense. In my,
It didn't make sense.
I think it was like, I don't know why I said it. It was funny. People pointed it out in the comments.
Yeah, but what does it mean?
One person. I don't know. It was like I think,
It's lost to time.
I know it was lost. It was definitely an artifact of the times. If you
That was
asked
a week
me
ago, Ash.
I would have explained it.
Well, yeah. Sometimes it's 2011, I wasn't born that year. Sometimes it's 2012, I wasn't born that year. It's really
fuck,
feeling
I
like a
thought of another
2012
quote.
kind of night, though.
Really feeling like a
It really-
2013, like really feeling like a March 7th, 2013 kind of
It
vibe.
really is feeling like a June 4th, 1989
No,
type of day.
stuff is
That's
happening
not
today.
a vibe. Yeah.
Did
The
I?
stupid "I'm stuff" meme will make me like laugh anytime anybody says stuff.
Stuff.
Like when somebody
Can
says
we talk
stuff
No.
is
about
happening
Ouija for
today,
at
my
least
first
2
instinct is
minutes?
to say "I'm stuff."
Penis no laugh.
Oh my
Okay, so
goodness,
basically I'm stuff.
I've been laughing at Ouija. I've been
Oh
laughing
god,
at
not this shit again.
Ouija for so long. It's
He
so
actually
funny.
hasn't stopped. Wolfie's just been editing out every single laugh. Good job, Wolfie. I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah.
Can you edit out Timothy's? We'll just put a redacted noise over all of Timothy's words.
Alright.
When it's a double
That'd be
flusher,
funny.
but you only
Maybe.
when it's a double flusher, but you only flushed once.
You sound like Poppycock. For context, Poppycock is what? Is he like a 10-year-old in
He's
the
12.
Discord?
I don't know. He's 9.
No, he's 12.
No, I think
Oh,
he's
wait.
11. He's like
Wait, he's 12.
He was 11 like
He's-
2 years ago, so he's like
He's
12 or 13.
he's not.
Wait,
he was
he's
not
12.
11. I'm gonna ask him in a few.
Answer me,
like,
please. How old
he's-
are you? Need to know urgent.
Last night I just added him and then I said P. So I want to see what happened with that.
Oh yeah, he's such a weird person though.
He's like
He's
unironic 20. You know those? You know, like 2014 when everyone was correcting each other's spelling and punctuation.
Yeah.
He's that, but unironically.
Oh my god, he didn't even respond to it.
Just do
Hey.
it again.
At Poppycock P. Alright, here we go.
Dude, can we Wilbur Soot's videos? Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Wilbur Soot,
Pretty
but
sure.
oh my goodness, you don't even have to be subscribed to him to know when he uploads.
I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah.
just like it's like Carson was a few like earlier this year, where he's like
Yeah,
riding
same thing
he's riding the YouTube recommendations all the way up.
Yeah, for real.
Like it started with the
Real,
Skyblock Winter. Are there any other
Dude, that's gonna
YouTubers
be
that are
me
currently doing that?
2019 or 2020. I mean, of course.
No, we're gonna do it in the next like 15 days.
Do
No,
what?
Dude,
Ride the-
I'll have you know. I got one of those. I got one of those your shuffle your music playlist, and this will describe your 2020. Dude, I'll have you know. I got a song about getting rich off of YouTube. So
What song was it?
What can I say?
it's by a YouTuber.
Whoa.
Who?
I got a song and it was just
Is it
called
by Cody
Sex.
It's just called Lots and Lots.
Lots and lots of YouTube money.
And
I call this
Fresh
song.
balls. Elegant.
I call this.
Ejaculation. First the kiss.
First the kiss, then the cum. Dude, why are my
Side
recent
of a
videos
bird.
doing so badly?
Bruh.
Don't follow my channel.
Who was that guy?
Luigi
in your
discovers
school
penis.
who has like 8,000
Oh
subs.
yeah.
But is,
Oh
like,
yeah,
really,
apparently he bought them.
Oh, he did.
bought 8,000.
Yeah, Weapon Master 2005. Yeah, he bought the subs.
Well, he didn't
and I
have
think
to
he
buy
bought
one.
Guys, I'm gonna try and
True.
find.
He
Guys, I'm
wanted
gonna
to
try
be
and
a
find some weird
mod
porn.
on the Minecraft server. Yeah.
Yeah.
But think about this. His name sounds
I mean, his
like...
name kind of got swag.
No.
Master 2000.
Honestly, his name, Weapon Master 2005. asks like you walk up to a random 3-year-old on the street and you're like, "Hey, what is cool?" And he says, "Weapons and murder."
That was literally me. I feel insulted.
Stabbing blood, weapon.
My mom keeps a blog for me so she can keep track. My mom kept a blog for me so she could keep
Of all
track
of your
of
weapons.
homeschooling stuff, so that she didn't have to like make it all up at the end of the year. And it's called Wolfie's Homeschooling Sordo blog.
That's kind of crazy.
Guys, I just tried to
If I
type in
remember
Pornhub
correctly.
and it typed poop instead. I just typed poop instead of Pornhub.
Bro, big dude.
Oh, that reminds me. There's a dude on. My mind just did a big poopy.
Big poopy.
Oh yeah, there's a guy who uploads Rick and Morty full episodes there.
Not clickbait? Real?
Not clickbait, real
Wait.
2019, no virus.
Is
Wait, is it?
void of copyright laws?
I don't know. Maybe they got taken down, but
Listen, when you actually read the copyright claims of the YMCA violations, you'll understand.
Timothy,
What?
okay? Tell me if I'm being dumb here, but isn't YMCA a gym?
No, you figured it out. No. He
Girls.
got it, guys. He got it.
One cup.
Tell me if I'm being stupid here, but isn't Obama's last name Obama?
2 girls farting.
Yeah,
on
you're
one
actually
guy.
being quite stupid, and I'm gonna have to put you up
My mom's
What did
blog
you
got
say?
hacked, I'm pretty sure.
Let's take a second
Yeah, you're
to
welcome, Wolfie.
realize let's take a second to appreciate what Harrison just said.
What?
2 girls farting on one guy. It's what I saw. The first thing I saw when I.
Oh, guys, I found Wolfie's Homeschooling Sordo blog. Literally, the first picture you see is an old Minecraft build of mine in a Flatland world, and the second picture you see is
Dude, what the heck? Wolfie's mom is a gamer.
The second picture you see is a JPEG image of 5 like magic swords. That is like this image has been burned into my mind, and it's just these 5 swords.
It's like me with the Gerber life lady. The voice is
That's the image on
forever in
my
my
blog.
mind.
And then I keep finding more swords the further down I scroll.
Dang,
Dude,
I
wait,
may not
Weapon
really show it, but
Master
the Gerber life
2005 is
baby
just
really
Robin.
be burning it, searing its glorious visage into my brain.
Oh my goodness. I don't want to have like 2 episodes where I talk about crushing Baby Yoda with a rock in a row. Like, oh my goodness, I would crush Baby Yoda with a rock.
Guys, I kind of want to link this to the podcast, but I'm not going to.
What?
Wolfie's Homeschooling Sordo blog.
Do it.
I'm not gonna do
Yeah.
it.
Don't do it.
Wait, Wolfie, can you send us? Can you send
Dude,
us
I
the
have
link?
this weird image in my mind.
That's
Wolfie,
me.
it was like
Kind
gotta
of
be
cute
like
though.
Alright, anyway. So, yeah.
I have this weird image in my mind. You were probably 9 and I was probably like 8, maybe a little bit younger than that, where we were chilling by the front porch on the cabin in the mountains.
Oh,
And
guys, if you think mine is
we were
weird,
playing,
Robin's
like-
blog is named Robin's Climbing Fire Sword.
Wow.
Yeah,
He
we
had
were-
the same
we were
image
by-
of a sword as me.
And I think I was wearing a purple shirt and you were wearing a shirt that just said bug. I'm like 90% sure, but it could just be my mind fabricating things.
Dude. These plugs
It's
haven't
probably
been
the
changed.
fabrication of your inner
These
machination.
plugs have not been changed for decades.
Let me
These
tell you about
blogs
how
have
I
not been
vibed out in
changed.
the
The
shower.
image on these blogs have literally not been changed for an entire decade now. They started in 2009.
Oh, that's
my
sick,
God.
actually.
Oh my god, you do not want to know what I just found.
Yeah, I don't.
Elsa and Anna, $2, 1 dick. Oh, the one beneath it's even worse. The
Guys,
guy
we've
beneath-
ascended
the one
beyond
beneath-
dimensions.
Drowning swimmer girl in one-piece swimsuit in public pool.
Guys, who needs to talk about multiple dimensions when we can listen to Harrison talk about weird porn?
When you can look at stock images of shirtless 8-year-old Wolfie.
What?
What?
Some of these are
That's
so
all you've been
fucked.
sending is
Some of these are so
shirtless
fucked.
pictures of you at 8
No.
years old.
I've been sending pictures of the swords I found on Google Images 10 years
And a
ago.
shirtless picture of you at 8.
There's one.
1, 8. Is there really a difference?
That's me from 10 years ago.
Whoa.
What the heck? Wolfie really be aging.
Wolfie did not age.
Guys, I
Yeah.
gained 3 pounds, I'm sorry.
Wow. Well,
Gamer really only got 8
Dude,
10-year
it's-
periods in his life.
So weird to think that this thing has been around since...
So weird to think that that thing has been
I
around
found
for
a
about
drawing
half
I
of
made
your
it-
whole life.
I found a drawing I made when I was 5.
guys, I'll be right back.
Wolfie, I could not
Perfect.
tell you how much I care less.
Alright.
Or how much I couldn't care less. How much, like, my negative numbers, that's where the caring is. Wolfie,
Oh,
stop
double
laughing at
fisted.
images you
Fuck.
found.
This image of myself is so good.
But guess
I'm gonna
what?
make this into a
Guess
meme
what?
format. No, look at
Guess
it.
what? No one can see it. No one who's watching can see it. Wolfie, we're
I'm
still
cutting this
recording,
out
Wolfie.
anyway, because Timothy's not even here.
Oh, he's not?
No, he's not.
Guys, what do you guys think about Juice World doing
Well,
the
we're
I didn't
cutting
like
this
his
out
music
for the
anyway, now people are
podcast.
gonna play it more, and I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
I didn't like his
What'd you
music,
say?
and now people are gonna play it more, and I'm annoyed.
Dude, actually, his music was actually good, though.
It was alright, but I don't want him looking into my eyes so much, it's creepy. He's just like, I still see the shadows in my eyes, and I don't know why he's looking into my eyes or how he found me.
That's not the lyric.
That's not how the song goes.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly how the song goes.
It's literally nowhere near. You got maybe 10% of the words right.
Yeah, 10% is basically 100% if you add 0, so...
Yeah,
Add
well,
nothing to
you'd
10%
have
and
to
it
add an
becomes
entire
100%.
order of magnitude.
What?
You'd have to add an entire
No, you're
order
just
of
adding
magnitude.
0.
That's an entire order of magnitude.
Nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
kinda is. So,
Nah.
am I right? I think I'm right.
Nah. Guys, I found a blog post. Wolfie invited me to draw today, so we did. The first one is God watching an angel save a boy who is falling out of a tree. And it's Stewie Griffin watching some guy fall out of a tree. It's Stewie Griffin watching some guy just falling.
Dude, the Chris.
That's terrifying.
Uh-oh.
Wolfie, you at 8 years old looked like an emo.
I was.
Dude, who wasn't at 8
Wait,
years
Wolfie,
old?
Wolfie at 8? Where?
8-year-olds were the vibe.
Wait, Wolfie,
No,
where's
they
the picture
aren't.
of you at 8?
It's somewhere.
Dude, remember in voice, we were talking, and I was like, I was like, man, people under the age of 12 aren't even real people, they're just mini AIs.
Yeah.
And my mom started screaming at me because she was like, oh, Chinese government, suppress speech.
What? What does the Chinese government have to do with 8-year-olds being dumb?
No, I'm comparing her to Chinese government,
Oh.
suppress speech.
What was she trying to do?
She was like, no, they're still people. Like, what are you talking?
Dude, 8-year-olds aren't even biologically human, technically. And they're closer to fungi.
They're not even human. So you guys wanna end this off with a copy pasta?
That's what we always do, Ash. Why don't I just read it?
Just read it. Oh my goodness, already.
Hey.
Chill.
So
Oh my
me,
goodness.
32, and my wife, 19, we're talking with my dog, 65 in dog years, when we saw this stupid-ass midget, 42, and my wife, 18, and I, 32, were infuriated. I had had enough. My wife, 17, picked up that stupid bitch so he could 42, started shaking. He, 42, was shaking and crying so much, I think he, 42, pissed and cummed, and it was not very epic. My wife, 16, was holding him, 42, as I, 32, was anticipating the kick. He, 42, said his 42 last words. I, 32, then ran up to him, 42, and kicked him like Robert Downey Jr. 64, kicked Stuart Little 5. He, 42, then flew into the stratosphere like the stupid ass that he is. TLDR, midgets deserve to be kicked into hell.